All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of It's Jag, the podcast. A couple things I want to let you know. One, very important. In order to follow us on YouTube, you have to follow me at Jag, the podcast. Right there. You can see it. I fixed it. All right, now look. When I started doing it, when I started making the YouTube page, I messed up. I did. I messed up. I'm a stupid, dumb misery of foo. And I had to go and I had to fix it in order to make everything kind of work. And so, Jag the podcast it is. And I would love for you to head on over to YouTube when you get a chance. And if you want to, smash that like button and hit a subscribe button for me as well. And if not, that's fine. That's cool. Stay right here to Twitch TV. And I went ahead and attempted to try to fix my lighting a little bit. Now here's the thing. My black levels are black, the dark is dark. I'm good in the front. It's fine. It doesn't much matter. But the lighting is a little bit better, so you can see me a little bit better. Now look, I'll try to fix this as we move along. I will, I promise. Okay. Got to get to it. Really important. I wanted to strike while the iron was hot. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Xbox, what the fuck? Seriously, what is wrong with you people? Okay, now, let's get into the news here. It's 1:20 in the afternoon. Now, I have not tested my Xbox Party. I haven't tested it. But all night last night, I was unable to talk to my brother, the paranoid one. Now, if anything, it just sucked because for the most part, that's the way we really communicate with each other to kind of stay close and stuff. It amazes me that through the entire pandemic, I don't remember there ever being one issue with the party system, at least not like this. Now, all of a sudden, it doesn't work. But here's the best part. On the old Twitter machine there, Xbox decides they want to keep pushing the problem that it's just Sea of Thieves. At least that's how they make it sound. Again, now, I have had my problems with Xbox. I have had my problems with Microsoft. I absolutely love them. I think they're great. It's what I use. It's my main system. But here's the problems that I have with them. False advertising. You guys false advertise every single freaking thing you put out there. You false advertise Age of Empires 4. Now that's just PC Game Pass. You false advertise Flight Simulator. Finally it got to us, but after a whole lot of false advertising. And those are just the two. I could go on with more, but those are the two that really stand out to me. False advertising. This is true. Now, what has happened is the same thing. You're false advertising on the old Twitter machine. You're trying to make people think that this is a Sea of Thieves issue, that people are unable to join parties and talk to each other in Sea of Thieves. No, not the case. It's completely network-wide. I cannot talk to anybody on any game for anything at all. Cannot join a party, nothing. Now, has that been fixed? I don't know. As of right now, at 1:21 in the afternoon on the 31st of January, no, I don't know if it has been fixed. But from my understanding on Twitter, it's still not fixed. So Microsoft, what the fuck? Why are you lying to people? This makes no sense to me. Someone's got to call you out about it. Now, look, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are better than me that are going to go out there and they're going to call you out on your false advertising and all of your lies. But let's be honest, Lou. You false advertise everything. You would false advertise your dick if you had to. I'm sorry, wait, you might not have one. Anyway, I just don't understand what the issue is during this. It's 2022, right? Yeah? I mean, we're 2 years past 2020, man. We were supposed to have flying cars a long time ago. It still hasn't happened. I mean, come on, right? And we can't even get Party Chat to work, and you continually lie to me. I just don't understand the lying. The lying I don't understand, and that's what made me want to come out and talk about it. Now, when I get a chance, we'll go and I'll check the Twitter machine, and hopefully it'll be up and running and good to go, and everything will be fine and dandy. But here's the thing, man. This is going on like 2 days. Now, I don't depend on this, but a lot of people do depend on this. And you're not giving really good updates whatsoever. Has anybody gone to the Twitter machine and actually looked at the Xbox support page? They just make it sound like a Sea of Thieves, like I said. Again, false advertising. I'm just repeating myself now. But Xbox, what the fuck, man? Seriously. I think you need to give people answers. And not just me. You need to give your actual customer base answers. See, the thing, my brother and I started talking about this the other night, and this is actually really good. When the hell did companies decide to stop listening to the consumers? When did they decide what was best for you and me? When did they decide that our voices didn't matter? When did they decide that what was in our best interest was their decision and not our decision? This has been something that has been going on for a long, long time, right? Many, many years. Gamers have been bitching about this for a long time. Loot boxes, right? We didn't want them, didn't ask for them, but the gaming industry said, yeah, you know what? You do want them. You want them, you love them, you buy them. Yeah, unfortunately, people do buy them because it's like some kind of a weird addiction, like when they go to the casino and they hit the slot machine and, it makes all those noises and then, woo, you won money. Or you didn't. And so you keep going in the hopes that maybe you'll hear those wonderful noises. It's the same thing with loot boxes. The same thing was right there. It applied. You get a loot box, you didn't know what you were going to get. You open it up, maybe you get this wonderful freaking whatever. I don't know what it was. And they took advantage of it. And then they made you, the consumer, feel as if you were crazy and that you wanted it. You asked for it. It was yours. Now they're doing the same thing with NFTs. And I hear a lot of pushback from people. A lot of pushback from the gaming industry, gaming developers, all of that. All saying, hey, we don't want this shit in our games. We don't want to do this. But you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen because look at today and look at what they're doing on Twitter. They're just telling you what you want to feel. They tell you how you're supposed to think. They say it's best for you. So if you're having problems with Party Chat, it's okay. It's not a big deal. It was just Sea of Thieves, and we think we fixed the issue. But as far as everything else, we're not going to give you an answer. We're just going to ignore it until we fix the problem, and then maybe we'll put out there and say, thanks for your patience. Everything's good now. But they already did that with the Sea of Thieves thing, and I don't think it's working because I just seen people bitching about it. But the same thing's going to happen. This is exactly what they do. They've been doing it forever. They think they know what's better for the consumer. This is the same thing that happens in television shows. What the hell else? We can go down the line. Sports. Look, it's Jag. It's just a game. That's exactly. Sports makes sense on this channel. We should talk more about sports. What the hell is wrong with Major League Baseball? Those are a bunch of dipshits. We're just trying to repeat 1994 all over again. Look, I'll tell you, I know exactly what the problem is. They want the chicks dig the long ball era again, and they're trying to figure out a way to do it without getting caught with their pants between their legs again. And that's what happened before. They got caught with their pants down, they got bent over, and they got shoved something up their butt that they didn't enjoy, and it wasn't a needle injection. Because not necessarily guys didn't put needle injections in their ass. It was in other places too. I know, because I was in that business. And I know a lot of shit. Major League Baseball is a piece of shit. They're a whole bunch of liars. And after 1994, why do you think chicks dig the long ball was a big thing? And Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, they needed fans. They needed to bring back support. Baseball was in on that. They knew exactly what was going on. They were pushing the steroids. Hell, they were trying to push them on me. I just refused to take them, which is why I got out of baseball. Not on my accord, on theirs. But look, whatever's going on right now, I don't have any idea. I'm not in that business anymore. I don't even watch sports anymore. I haven't watched sports since 2020. Literally. I think it was January something of 2020 was my last event that I worked, and I have not watched a sporting event since. I haven't even enjoyed the fruits of Tom Brady's labor when he was in Tampa, being I'm a Buccaneers fan. Didn't even watch a minute of the Super Bowl. I think I watched maybe 5 minutes of that guy's career in Tampa. And hey, Tom Brady, man, if you're going to retire, if you're not going to retire, greatest of all time in terms of football. How can you say that he's not? If you want to look at if you judge it on championships, he's got the championships. If you judge it on numbers, he's got the numbers. I mean, the guy was a really good quarterback. Give him his props. Give him his due. And so I'll give you your props. I'll give you your due, dude. But baseball, I don't understand. We may have it. We may not have it. At this point, does anybody really care? Let's honestly ask ourselves that. Do you really care? I don't. I don't care. I don't watch sports anymore. And it's because they've decided that they want to do exactly what the gaming industry did. And they are doing exactly what Xbox and Microsoft are doing right now. Just perpetrating bullshit. Just feeding you a whole bunch of propaganda in order to shut you up, keep you quiet, make you think that everything is good or make you think that it's on this level, but it's really not that level. Baseball's doing the same thing. Sports does the same thing. They're going to push what they believe in on you. No matter if you want it or not, they're going to push their politics in on you. And so then the game just isn't enjoyable anymore. You don't enjoy it for the game that it is. You're now just looking at the entire game as an identity politic. Well, I don't want to watch sports that way. See, sports used to be the great, it brought us together, right? For some reason, I want to say the great divide. It wasn't. The great divide is President Biden. But the actual honest truth here is sports used to bring people together, right? That's the one thing. We could put aside our differences. We could put aside our politics. We could put aside what we thought about each other. We could put aside color of our skin. Not that I think we really paid attention to that up until the last few years. But anyway, we could put aside all of those differences for sport. And we can root for one team that we rally behind, and we can root against another team, usually Pittsburgh, because they're shit. And we boo the shit out of them. And we have a good time, and then we leave. We're not looking, that was the outlet. You had a couple, 2-3 hours that you didn't have to be in front of the television and in front of people sitting there staring at you, telling you what to think, how to believe, how to feel, right? None of that stuff. You had a couple hours just kind of disappear. And that's exactly what video gaming is all about. It gives people a chance to disappear, which is why the numbers are so freaking extraordinarily high. So I would think that Xbox would want to be more transparent with stuff than lying about it. All right, that's just my 2 cents. It doesn't mean you have to take it for anything. You take it with a grain of salt. Hell, you can take it with a pinch of salt. I don't care what you do with it. Hell, you don't even have to listen to it for all I care. But it's just my 2 cents, and that's what this podcast is all about. We're going to talk about video games. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about all that stuff. But if I have an opinion, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to tell you my opinion, one way or another. Plain and simple. And I hope that you, my beautiful Foo Nation, continues to join me on this run. Continue to join me on these weird little podcasts that are going to be just me probably bitching, I guess it seems like, right? I don't know. No, we actually start February 2nd. We'll get into actually doing some podcasting stuff. We're going to talk about NFTs. We're going to talk about what they are. I don't really know what they are. I'm trying to learn. I'm delving a little deep as we go as I'm preparing myself for the show on February 2nd. And I just wanted to touch base with all of you. And again, like I said, strike while the iron was hot. It's been a couple days since I had been on camera, and I wanted to show everybody that, look, the podcast is still here. It's very much up and running. It's still very much going. But again, we don't start until February 2nd, and there was really no reason for me to get on, but until now. Last night was ridiculous. You know, my brother, he's the paranoid one. You can follow him at Squatch Paranoid on Twitter. You can follow him here on Twitch at Paranoid Squatch. And because he's so damn paranoid, at one point he actually brought up last night, he says, you know what, it feels like we're being censored. Is that what this is? No, bro, I don't think we're being censored. I didn't have a chance to answer you back because, you know, you couldn't hear me. I don't think we're being censored. But then again, after that weird little tweet and the Sea of Thieves thing and not really being fully transparent with the entire Xbox community and the people that actually pay good damn money to, use your product, I'm starting to wonder, maybe we are starting to be censored. That's a good question. Look, we'll leave that for another day. I want to thank all of you for watching me and joining me here today and enjoying all of my hand movements and my traffic controls. Because it's fun like that, and that's just how I am. And I hope that you will join me on February 2nd for our show. And I also hope that you'll join me for some City Skylines. I've been enjoying City Skylines. If you enjoy City Skylines and you're watching the City of Misery kind of grow up, let me know. I'll do more of it. If there's other stuff you'd like me to do, let me know. We're going to talk about some of the new games that are coming out here in February. I know that Dying Light 2 is supposed to be coming out. I don't know. I have my reservations about it. And here's why I have my reservations, okay? Here's why what my reservation is. I didn't like the controls. Let's see if I can show you. All right, now, on this baby right here, okay, the controls. So the controls were right here. That button right there. That jumped. Well, I don't like that button. I don't like using that button. Not to jump. It feels weird. And it just made it weird for my hand and my fingers. And I didn't like it. And I had the inability to move it. So if I can move it to like maybe back here, great. Then I'm down for it. But if I have to stay here for the jumping mechanics, it makes me just not want to play your game. I mean, it's just that simple. Allow me to change it, and I'll be fine. Look, I'm a picky son of a bitch. I really am. It's that much that can throw me off. The graphics, look, nowadays I expect you to have good graphics. And I don't even know how good the graphics are going to be. It was a good game. Look, I played the first Dying Light a little bit, but it was because of that jumping mechanic and the parkour thing. It's like, man, what the fuck? Like, really? I like the idea of it, but this part I just wasn't comfortable with. And so it made me want to put it down. The graphics were good, though. Gameplay was good. The idea of it was good. I'm not even too concerned about 300 plus hours. Who gives a shit, right? Like, do any of us really? I mean, if we're going to take that time to do it, that's great. But I think a lot of gamers out there just kind of beat the game, and then either A, they move on, or they stick with the community, depending on what the game developers give us. So, at 300 plus, whatever. I mean, are we ever going to get there? I don't know. And I don't even think it takes that long to beat the game, to be honest with you. I think that's just if you put everything in, if you did everything. Another game that's coming out soon is Elden Ring, and I know a lot of people are talking about Elden Ring. It's actually number 1 on everybody's hot list of hot games that are coming, everybody wants to get. I was there for a little bit. I was right there on top. I wanted to be at the Elden Ring opening night party. I wanted to be streaming it right here on my channel. Over the last couple days, I've had my reservations again on this one. I don't know if for me it's going to be what I want it to be. I love RPGs, but I don't feel like this is the kind of RPG that I'm looking for. Maybe you can change my mind. Maybe developers out there can change my mind. But at this point, I don't know. The art style of it throws me for a loop a little bit. It all looks the same. I mean, everything looks the same. Are there different biomes? Because I don't really see them. I'm not a fan of for Horizon, right? And I think the new one's coming out soon, Horizon Forbidden West. Now, I've played Horizon Zero Dawn. Not a big fan of, the game itself, just in terms of forcing me to do, to play a character that doesn't appeal to me. But the gaming aspect of it was really cool. The idea of killing these prehistoric, these robotic dinosaurs, that was pretty cool. Some of the mechanics were cool. What I liked about it was the exploration factor of it and how the world looked so gorgeous. And not only that, but every place had its own little uniqueness to it, right? It had its own little biome. The thing that I'm seeing in Elden Ring is I just see dark. I see very, very dark. And look, there's enough dark out there in this world. I don't need that. I've got enough stuff going on in my mind. I would like to have more happiness, instead of dark. So I don't know if I'm feeling it. And that's what's kind of making me stray away from it. I don't know what the next new game is that I'm kind of looking for. Well, I'll tell you what it is. I know exactly what it is. Starfield. I'm a big fan of this idea of Starfield and what Bethesda is doing. And I'm a huge Skyrim fan. Love playing Skyrim. So I'm ready for something. And Fallout. I love playing the Fallout. Fallout 76, we've discussed that, how it's a love-hate relationship really with it. But honestly, I am really looking forward to Starfield. That is one that I am extremely excited about, really want to play. I know there's some smaller indie titles that are going to be coming out on Game Pass that I'm interested in playing as well. We'll discuss those. And I'm also interested in State of Decay 3. I know that one's coming out. Again, that's another small indie title, but I'm a big State of Decay fan, so if that one comes out here in next year or so, that would be good. Yeah, so a lot of more indie titles is what I'm more interested in. These AAA games just are coming few and far between. The ones that are just don't seem to be appealing to me too much. I'm not quite sure what that is. Hopefully, we'll find something. I know Saints Row, the new Saints Row reboot, that has me intrigued, but we're still so far away from it, and they keep pushing it further and further back that honestly, I just don't know what it's going to be by the time I get there. I mean, I was very excited about Elden Ring, and now I'm backing off of that one a little bit. I was excited about Dying Light 2. I'm backing off of that a little bit based on the control scheme of it. I don't know. I'm waiting to see what they look like. Hey, man, if anybody knows out there what the controls are for jumping, if you can let me know if they're the same, and if you can't move them, well, then I'm just not interested. Believe it or not, it's that small little bit. Okay, anyway, we've had enough. We're going on 23 minutes now. I'm done with this whole kind of rant rave. But anyway, Xbox, Microsoft, what the fuck? Be transparent. Stop lying to people. I don't understand what you're going on Twitter machine for and trying to tell people, oh, hey, the Sea of Thieves party chat system, I think we're going to get better now. No. It's your whole freaking party chat. Give an update on the whole network. What the hell, man? Is this Russia? Is this China? Is it somebody? What's going on? Or is there a bigger picture here that maybe we don't see? We would have to get with the paranoid one to figure that one out. He's good for the conspiracy stuff. I can throw you some conspiracy theories, but mine are probably not very believable. It is what it is. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching. My Foo Nation, you guys are great. Keep following me on Twitter. Later, on February 2nd, we're going to go through everybody that has followed me. I'm going to give you all shout-outs because y'all deserve them. We really do. We got some talented people that are following Old Misery of Foo and part of the Foo Nation. And I would love to share those individuals with you. And I also would like to talk about one of the Discord channels that I have joined as well recently, thanks to the old Twitter machine. We'll talk about all that on February 2nd when everybody gets their deserved shout-outs. And if I do some City Skylines today, or I do some kind of a game streaming, which I don't know. I really don't know what I'm planning on doing or if I will. But if I do, you will know. And the only way that you're going to know is how? Well, you got to follow me on Twitter at Misery of Foo. And you'll know exactly when I go live right here on Twitch TV. Or better yet, you could just hit that little follow or something button on here somewhere, right? It's somewhere, I think it's boom, and you followed me. And that's all you got to do. And you do that, and we'll hit number 20. I'll be at 20 subscribers. And I got to tell you, I never thought I'd even get to 19. There's an individual I have to thank for getting me as far as they have. And we're going to give them another, they've had a special shout. We're going to give them another special shout out on February 2nd. So stick and stay to the channel for all of that, for NFTs, and maybe we'll figure out what happened with this Xbox thing and anything else that may be going on in the gaming universe. We will be talking about. And I've also got this idea, and I don't know if anybody's down for this or not, but if you are, I am interested. Look, like I said, I haven't watched sports since 2020. Okay, I did my last event, I left, I haven't done it since. I haven't looked at it since. I just can't bear to do it. It's personal. But anyway, what I was thinking was maybe watching some college basketball, meaning specifically March Madness. So I thought about getting some brackets downloaded, filling the brackets out right here live on It's Jag, right in front of all of you. We figure it out. I'll show you who I pick. And we can keep up with the tournament right here on the podcast. Maybe we can do it together. You tell me what you think. Are you down for that? Would that be something that you'd be interested in? The only way you can let me know is either right here or on Twitter at Misery of Foo. DMs are open or just at me, and I'll see your tweet. You guys are awesome. Thank you again for following. And remember, head on over to YouTube to watch this right here in perpetuity. It's not just going to be, it'll be here on Twitch for 14 days, but we're going to move this over to the old YouTube machine as well. And you can follow me there on YouTube at Jag, the podcast. Again, from me, from my whole heart, I hate when people say bottom of their heart. It is from my whole heart. I absolutely thank you so much for the support that you have given me as we are continuing to build towards the podcast. And again, I guess we've kind of started doing it, but the honest to God opening day podcast is February 2nd, and you guys have just been awesome. You have been there with me for the last couple years through all my ups and my downs. I have had some crazy stuff, and my story would make a really good movie. It really would. And maybe we'll talk about some of those hardships, because I can relate with all of you at home. We all are struggling, even this misery of Foo. So again, thank you so much from my whole heart. Thank you so much. Continue to support the channel, continue to support me, and let's build this Foo Nation together. And I'll see you the next time I do.